This is gonna be very, very interesting.
Hi, my name is Miguel Lopez, and I'm here to talk to you today a little bit about SSX Tricky for the Xbox. If you recall, recently we posted a review of the PS2 version of the game, and EA was nice enough to send us a playable Xbox version not too long ago. So we've been playing through that quite a bit, and just checking out what's different, what's better, what what has been changed, etc. And for the most part, we're pretty happy with how it's looking. In case you're not familiar with Tricky, it's basically a sequel, but some will be more comfortable calling it like a hearty addendum to the first game, the PS2 launch title. Essentially what it does is, aside from a bunch of graphical tweaks, it really ups the game's trick system, adds some new characters, along with their signature moves, and it totally just like revamps a lot of the existing courses, as well as adding a couple of new ones to it. EA's really talked a lot about how it wants to, sort of play up the game's narrative elements, and it's done this by adding a little layer of, character-to-character relationships to the races. Basically, some characters will hate others, other characters will be friends with others, and this has an effect on how things happen in a race. If you're racing with one of your enemies, he or she will basically go out of their way to knock you down, whereas if you're racing with one of your friends, they'll do their best to protect you from your enemies. Neutral characters, of course, will just be racing and pay you little regard. You get in their way, they'll knock you down. You stay away from them, they'll give you the same respect. Also, before each race, there's little mini cutscenes that sort of like play this stuff out. Stand next to one of your enemies on the starting grid, and you'll exchange a couple of words, and same thing with the end races. You'll sort of show each other, hanging out the winner's circle, just sort of like either congratulating each other, cursing each other out, that sort of thing.
Go! Snow plus dreams equals snow dreams.
You'll notice that the butt maps on the snow textures make it look a lot more lifelike. As butt maps tend to do, the snow will kind of jump out at you as you're approaching it. While you're actually on it, it's not as it's when it's really close to you, it's not so noticeable. It's more noticeable really as you're approaching it. But the effect is subtle, but if you look at it alongside the PS2 version, you'll definitely notice a nice difference. Ultimately, this game will probably go down at a much more consistent frame rate than the PS2 version. People have always sort of complained about how the PS2 version stuttered at places, and while the version that we've played now still has a lot of inconsistencies, it's so the word is that once it's fully optimized and what have you, it will be pretty consistent. SSX Tricky is basically the same great game that was released for the PlayStation 2, albeit with a few added graphical frills. All the cool stuff that was added to this is going to be in this one as well, obviously, and from what it looks, from what we can see now, it definitely looks like it's going to be the definitive snowboarding game for the Xbox. So check it out when it comes out this December.